Hello, my name is Spencer Ford, CEO and Wealth Advisor with Conservative Financial Solutions, also a certified financial planner professional. And today we're going to talk about the national debt limit. So this is just a PSA or public service announcement that I want you to be ready again in 2 years. So as of right now, the House has passed a new debt limit. It was also passed by the Senate. I don't know if it's gone to Biden's desk yet or not to be signed, but the expectation is he's going to sign it. But we've seen just absolute headline after headline talking about this debt limit, the ramifications of what would happen if we don't increase the debt limit. The media makes it sound like it's going to be Armageddon's, and I just want you to know that, hey, there's a high likelihood that in 2 years we're going to go through this fiasco all over again. So what is the debt limit? The debt limit is the total amount of money that the United States government is authorized to borrow to meet its existing legal obligations, including Social Security, Medicare benefits, military salaries, interest on the national debt, tax refunds, and other payments. So in other words, the United States doesn't have cash sitting around to fund programs and pay debts. Instead, it borrows the money with a cap on it in order to make those payments. And the current cap is $31.4 trillion, which the US hit in January. So in order to borrow more money to meet its obligations, Congress needs to raise the debt limit, which has been done, pay attention to this, 78 times, now 79 times once it's passed, since 1960. And the primary concern is that if a deal isn't reached, or if a deal wouldn't have been reached to increase the debt ceiling, the United States government would default on its debt and be unable to pay for programs such as Medicare and Social Security, and that's obviously really concerning news for people that rely on those programs for their income and their health care. But what I want you to know is that neither side benefits if a deal isn't reached. So whether or not we see the type of turmoil that we've seen this past year is all depends upon the makeup of the government as well. So right now we have a split government. We have a Republican House, a Democratic Senate, and a Democratic White House. And so there's some negotiation that happens in order for you to increase the debt limit. Well, in 2 years from now, if we have a single party government, if the Democrats control all branches, or if the Republicans control all branches, probably not much turmoil because they can just, get a deal pushed through a little bit more easily. But if we have a split government again, it's going to be more difficult. We're going to see this again. And that's why I just want you to know that it doesn't benefit, like I just said, it doesn't benefit either side if a deal isn't reached, because it would cause significant political and economic turmoil. For example, it would be unprecedented. It would be unprecedented that we didn't raise the debt ceiling and we defaulted on our debt. Like I mentioned, we wouldn't be able to make the interest payments. We'd struggle to make the interest payments. We would struggle to pay all of Social Security, Medicare. The stock market would decline. Unemployment would go up. In fact, in 2013, the Fed economists estimated, because we're going through this process, that if an impasse would lead to an 80 basis point increase in the 10-year Treasury, that would be a 0.8% increase. The reason being is because it wouldn't be considered as high grade of investment, so you'd want a little bit more interest for taking the risk of buying those. The stock market would decline by 30%. The US dollar would drop 10% in value, and it would do significant damage to household and business confidence, and those effects would wane over a 2-year period. And in this study, I believe what they're talking about is just the debt ceiling not being passed for 2 months. And according to their analysis, the deterioration in financial conditions would result in a mild 2-quarter recession, leading to an increase in unemployment of 1.25 percentage points in the first year, and then 1.7 percentage points in the second. And so such an increase in today's terms would be about 2 million jobs lost in 2023 and 2.8 million jobs lost in 2024. So it's significant, which is why, since it could happen, we could not reach an agreement potentially in the future to not raise the debt limit. That's why all the fear mongers come out. That's why you see all the headlines, because they really want to play up worst case scenario and really pull on your emotions and maybe make you and get eyeballs for more advertising dollars for the news companies, or you get you to buy other investment products that may or may not meet your financial goals out of fear. That's exactly what kind of goes on in these situations. So all I'm saying is that, hey, be ready in 2 years. We're going to go through this again. We've passed it 78 times before, now 79 times. And don't let fear mongers get out there and get you off track from your long-term goals and the reason why you started investing in the first place. So this has just been a simple public service announcement from your Findlay Neighborhood Financial Advisor, and we'll see you in the next one.